Lesson 63. Drawing the safety red lines. System design and trade-offs. You're building an AI tool that talks to customers, and you're terrified it'll say something crazy. If the model goes off the rails, your brand takes the hit, not the engineering team. Picture a busy factory floor. You've got heavy robot arms swinging around, throwing sparks. But right on the concrete, there are bright yellow painted lines. Those lines mark the clear walking paths and the red danger zones. When the robot arm reaches out, a sensor sees that yellow line. The arm stops instantly. It doesn't matter how fast the conveyor belt is moving. The robot doesn't think about the line, it just obeys the physical paint on the concrete. In AI, we call these guardrails. They're hard rules wrapped around a model to block bad inputs or stop bad outputs. Think of them as the digital yellow paint that keeps your AI from wandering into dangerous territory. Here's how the paint actually dries. First, the user sends a prompt and it hits the front door. An input guardrail checks if they are asking for something illegal. Then, the model generates an answer. Finally, an output guardrail checks if the AI just gave a fake medical diagnosis. This scanning and matching happens in a tight loop, in milliseconds, before the user ever sees anything on their screen. But here is where the factory metaphor breaks down. A painted line is solid and physical. Words are fuzzy and mean totally different things to different people. You can't just paint the perfect line in language, because a user might ask for a killer recipe and the AI might panic and block it. If you make those red lines way too thick, your AI refuses to answer normal questions and just frustrates your users. Let's say you're building a chatbot for a retail bank. You set a hard red line to never give specific investment advice, but you add a soft red line so it doesn't sound like a robot when saying no. The result is a bot that politely guides them to a human advisor. You end up blocking 95% of unsafe prompts without ruining the chat flow. You kept the money safe without making the bot feel like a brick wall. So what do you actually do? First, map the danger zones by writing down the exact topics your AI must never touch. Second, test the edges by trying to trick your own bot to see where the paint peels off. When you do this, keep your focus on user intent, your brand voice, and the real legal risks. Don't just hand the engineers a list of bad words. Give them the actual business context. Good guardrails protect the user without locking the door. Draw your lines, then test the edges. Next up, we'll cover handling hallucinations. See you at the U2 XAI Academy.